My name is Jaime Escalera. Well, my mom was Eileen Lopez, and my dad was Lupe Escalera, and my mother's father was Cressy Lopez, and her mother was Helen Lopez. My grandfather is the one that actually started Lopez Ranch. His name was Cressy Lopez. Well, his real name is Crescenciano Lopez, but they shortened it, like I guess for a nickname. You know, not nickname, but it was a lot of people couldn't say Crescenciano, so they just called him Cressy. I grew up in the Westside, Santa Monica, Venice area, back and forth. I was raised with my grandparents. It was my mom sometimes, and she was in and out, but like I was always with my grandparents at their house in Santa Monica for like when I was young.
What's like the earliest years that your family like dates back, or like that like to this area, the West Side?
To the West Side, well, my grandma, I mean my grandmother said that they were here already. They were in West LA. That's my the Escobar side, and and she was born in 22.
And your Escobar side, is that at your mom's maternal side, right?
Right, right. And then my on my grandfather's side, they're the ones that came. They came like, well, he was born in 1923, and I'm pretty sure he was born over there. I think he was born in Michoacan. I'm not on that one. I'm not sure. Yeah. I know there was a state. I just get them confused.
Yeah, I believe watching the Delgado video that Miguel Chavez did on the matriarch from the Delgado family. Shout out to Miguel Chavez. This is the family's from like Ixtacan, Jalisco. Does that sound right?
Oh, okay. All right. I wouldn't argue with it. Yeah. He was like one of the best people like I ever, like came across. My family was a good family. I was very fortunate to have them to raise me. He was a happy person. I would say content, because he wasn't smiling all over the place, but he was solid. He was confident. He was thoughtful, understanding, very intelligent. And he was very quiet. He didn't say stuff. He thought it, and when it was time to act or do something about something in a productive way, not violent way, and he would do it. He would always give me like little advice here and there on how to like navigate through things. But he had a sense of humor for sure. I would make him laugh. He would make me laugh, and we'd go back and forth.
Yeah.
I can think of a couple of pranks already that I did to him.
Yeah.
But well, one of the things I did was, it was when he came home. Like I would always wait for him to come home, because he'd be working at the ranch about 5-6 o'clock. One day he would park his El Camino in front of the house, get out, walk real slow, and you could hear him bring in the trash cans. And so anyway, I was navigating where he was at. He would come through the side door, so I snuck up, and what I was gonna do, I had this idea, because I hear him, he always puts in the key. When he puts in the key, you can see it unlock.
Yeah.
And then so like that's what he did. He unlocked it, and then as soon as he pulled it out, I just like turned it back to lock. And then because he was doing then he did the top lock, and he did the same thing. He unlocked that. And then so when he took his key out, then I locked the top lock. And then he went down to open the door, and it was locked. Damn it.
Yeah.
And then like we were going back and forth for a little bit until he knew it was me. He's like, hey. And then so I had to open it.
Like, how old you when that happened?
I was probably about 7, maybe 7, 8.
And how much time did you get to spend with him, like as far as your lifespan and his lifespan?
Like every day since I was little, like since I would say, because we used to live right there by, my grandfather had apartments right next to the police station, the Pacific Division,
right.
And so we lived there. But then when my mom and dad split up, she went to the Pearl Street house in Santa Monica, the one I was just talking about. And so from there, so it was about maybe 2, 3, I would say, and that's when we were living with my grandfather and my mother. And my grandmother. And so all through that time until like, and I was with him actually every day until he passed, cause he
And when did he pass again?
he passed in 92.
92.
I think I told you 94, but I think it's 92.
Yeah.
And in April, April
So
13th.
you get almost like a good almost solid like 20 years with them.
Yes, right. And yeah, he raised me. He took me to school sometimes, and you know, he did everything for me. He taught me how to drive. He taught me how to work. He taught me work ethics. You know, working at the ranch. I was about 12 years old, and I worked a couple of summers. They started me off at $2.50. What was it? $2.50 or $2? I think it was $2 an hour.
And that was like what year more or less?
That was like 73, 83, maybe 85. And I was saving up for a boombox. So we went to Fedco and bought a boombox. His mom's name is Arcadia, and his dad's name is, I know how to spell it, but it's like Eleuterio, something like that.
Oh yeah, Eleuterio or something like that.
Yeah, right. My grandfather told me it was La Tijuanita. That's where they started when they came over. He was born over there. He was really small. I remember having the pictures of him. So from Mexico they went there, from what I understand.
Yeah.
La Tijuanita. He was in his house. It was, I don't know what they had, like it was shacks, houses, but it was like the walls were real thin and you could see through them. I think it was like wood because it was like cracks, and he could see through the cracks, or I know he could hear it. But he was, one night he heard, I don't know if it was 2 drunk guys or 1 drunk guy. I think there was a drunk guy. I forgot to mention that last time. But they might have both been drunk. I don't know. But he said then he started hearing all this commotion, all this ruckus going on, and it ended up being some guy was hatcheting someone else. And he could hear it. He could see it, and he couldn't see the whole picture, I guess, because but he could only hear it and see certain things. But it was very terrifying to him because he was such a young kid, and that terrified him. So that place, La Tijuanita, kind of like traumatized him. I picture it in my mind as a shanty town, because he was there with the whole family. And I remember he said one of the things he wanted to do was pull his family out of there. And well, that's what he ended up doing. That's what he did with the ranch. But because they were living over there, then he got him out of there and built the house that we're standing on right here. And that's, I forget what year was. I think the house was built like in the 30s.
Do, there's a 1986 newspaper photo, and it shows. It says the family is, Cressy, your grandfather, Eileen, Cressy 2, which is your brother, and then you, obviously Jaime.
Oh, we're in the market,
and then Chris.
We're in the stand.
I think so. Yeah.
Man, that shirt. I was like, oh no, because I never wore that shirt, and I needed it. It was an emergency, and it had my name on it. And that's, you don't wear a shirt with your name on it, But and then they caught me with a camera, but you can't see it. Oh, that's my grandfather, Cressy. And that's my mom, Eileen. That's my little brother, Cressy Robert. And that's my uncle, Danny. Or his real name is Chris, but the family called him Danny.
Oh, okay.
But that's the market.
Yeah. Nice.
Maybe they were just doing the little thing on the local, the Argonaut or something, talking about fruits and vegetables, and places to go. That might have been that.
I forgot where I saw it, but your grandmother Helen, I was talking with your brother. I think he said that she grew up in Japantown, and then her father started Casa Escobar restaurants.
Right.
What can you tell us about that side of the family and about something like the Escobar family legacy and stuff?
Well, let's see. I guess, well, my great grandfather, his name was John Escobar, and my grandma was Rosa Tobin. I think, was it Tobin before Escobar? That was her maiden. What was her maiden name? Anyway,
I think I have it somewhere here. Yeah, I know where it's at.
it might have been Tobin after. No, there was. Oh, it's not coming up. But no, it's not Tobin. She was married once before, or after.
Yeah.
He was a golfer named Frank. He real cool guy. But my great grandfather was John Escobar, and he came over here back in he was born in 1901, so he came pretty early, and I don't know what year he started the Casa Escobars, but he started them. There was one on right by where my old house on Kelton used to be.
Yeah.
On Pico in Pico and Kelton. Like in that area, that's where the casa was. It was on Pico Boulevard. But that one had like all kinds of like you know how Don Antonio's is with all the like rock formation and stuff in there. Like
Yeah.
that's how that one was. It was like fancy and stuff. My grandmother worked there, and I'm not sure who else ran it, but I know my grandma. That was the original one. That one got knocked down back in I was little. I was like maybe in the late 70s. It was knocked down. But then my Uncle Pete went up in the marina right across the street from the Killer Shrimp.
Yeah.
And the Jamaica Bay Inn, that's where it's at now. But they built a Casa Escobar there. There was a Casa Escobar on Wilshire. In Santa Monica, and there was another Casa Escobar, and that one, the Casa Escobar on Wilshire was my Uncle Chapo's.
Yeah.
And then there was another one in the valley, like Thousand Oaks Galleria. I think that's what that was, but his name was Johnny Escobar.
Right.
Him and my Aunt Rosie Mahanke Escobar. She was Escobar, but Mahanke.
That's your mom's mother's side.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So confusions that it was having, and so maybe a lot of people have, like there was like a Lopez family that was part of the original founding people of like Los Angeles, pobladores, like back in the 1800s. But as far as you know, you're not related to that.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Well, he was born in 23.
Okay.
I think 23, yeah.
Okay. And then but his parents, I guess, came.
So I think he was still a kid when they came over here, so it had to be past beyond 23, I'm thinking.
So we're on Jefferson Boulevard over here, next to the punk storage, on this hilly area.
Well, this is where the house was, where this mountain is. Right here, where is this would be like the end of the house, and then this is where we kept the dogs on this side, and then on the other side of the house was the market.
Yeah.
And then I think that's the original drive-through to our parking lot.
Right at the entrance to the public storage.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was all land. And then back here there was a kitchen where the guys used to cook and clean and stuff because they lived here. And then in the back there where those like trees are, they had like little houses and stuff.
Yeah.
For, and that's where they lived. And they would come over from Mexico. Where public storage ends, that's where the ranch ended. And this was the last 3.5 acres that we had.
Yeah.
We had my grandfather sold 17 acres And I thought he told me it was because they had to make the roads bigger, and I guess all the
Yeah, that makes sense because I remember the streets being this big back in the day.
yeah, they were like
Especially
really
you get
small.
down here by Home Depot.
That aerial picture I told you I have
Yeah.
that my brother has.
Yeah.
That's that aerial shows the roads being real narrow.
Yeah.
And it was like my grandfather's the market was like a little fruit stand, and it was like right there, like closer to the road, like a fruit stand would be.
You guys got to acquire it, so like, how did your family tell the story of getting the ranch? How did he end up with the property here on Jefferson?
Back in the day,
Yeah.
so
From what you heard, your family told you.
he was always working. He was like 10 years old working, and he would hustle in the positive way, not
Just a hard work,
yeah. So what he ended up doing was he was working for a Japanese family, farmers,
Yeah.
and
Do you know their name?
my mom knows the name. I can't remember. Yeah, I want to say Yamamoto, but I'm not sure.
I remember looking up something too. I'll try to find out. I'll put up on the video when I have a lot of notes here, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, I think I. Go ahead, yeah.
So he worked for them for a while, and then they were teaching him the ropes, and he was learning how to farm and stuff. They took him in, and they taught him a lot of stuff. But then a little time went on, and then World War II came around. And when that happened, segregation was happening. So they were going to take him, and they knew this. So they were teaching my grandfather how to run the ranch without them. So, and he said he was going to hold it till they came back.
Oh, wow, too. So like, when did he tell you about like anything like the Japanese family said like when they had to leave? Like, did they get time to prep? Like they had to be like, it was like a deadline for them to like leave or.
You know what
property?
When he told me that, it gives me the sense that they did know a little bit, or they seen they heard segregation.
Yeah.
So they figured just a matter of time before it catches up to them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he did not specifically say that. Like they came and told him, ahead of time.
Yeah.
Or not that I can remember. But yeah, that's what happened. So he held it for them. They came back a little while after, I guess, and when everything calmed down, the war was over or whatever, and I think they were done. They needed to sell it. They needed the money. I'm not sure what happened, but they wanted to sell it. So, or my grandfather, they wanted to sell it, and he was ready to buy it.
Yeah.
And
oh wow.
I'm getting my numbers confused. It could be like 40,000, 40,000.
Yeah.
But
I can find some research.
I forget. He told me, and but it was like it wasn't really. It was kind of It was a lot back then.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But he did end up they were leasing it from the Machados, but then my grandfather ended up he took over the lease, and then he ended up buying it.
From the Machado. That's crazy.
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering like
Right.
what the Machado relationship was. Because it says the property maps, I saw some, says James Machado owned 15 acres right next to, you guys had 13.87 acres from what I am reading.
13?
Yeah. Originally, you guys had 13 acres. Does that sound right?
That I'm not sure. I remember them saying we sold 17 acres.
Okay.
So and then with the we had 3 left, 3.5.
So you had a total of 20 maybe then. Okay. I mean, because but again, too, I guess it speaks to the importance of like, doing the research and document stuff. There's so much like, this is like stuff like, I went to different AIs and like searching my own stuff, and like, there's a lot of like gray area or fuzzy information. So like, that's like, I mean, that's just super helpful right there, We don't know exactly. We know
Right.
more or less,
I don't know. My grandfather actually didn't know the exact amount either. I think I forget, because I think I told him I seen the 17 acres in the paper too, and he said, "Oh yeah, okay," but yeah, it was like a vast area, and the train used to run through there. I actually had a picture of the train, one picture of the train, of the tail of it, like going through, like where. I think it was Halloween time or something like that.
And where was that? Where was that? Where's the tracks at again?
The tracks, they were like
The wild.
they
I remember
would
when I was younger, but
they went through there like that. So like I would say, kind of by like where the tree was,
yeah.
like all the way across, and that's what
So it went through the ranch.
yeah.
Oh wow.
And that's what we ended up using that for, like, you know how they have those parking bars,
Yeah.
those cement. We used like that metal railroad thing.
Yeah.
We ended up just left it there and used it for like parking.
I think I might remember that.
And
too.
then,
I know,
like,
I'm starting to kind of
it's-
like check out some of my rusty memory too, dude.
It's kind of slanted, and that's kind of why. Yeah,
Yeah.
It kind of shaped the parking lot.
Yeah, that's funny. Like, what else can I tell you about like your relationship with the Machados? You guys pretty tight, or what do you remember about some of the Machado family?
The Machado, I remember Jimmy Machado. He was like the head guy at that time, and then I remember I think he was the landowner. He was the one that owned the land that I was telling you that my grandfather was leasing. Actually, my grandfather was using leasing it. It was a pumpkin. You know where that building is?
Yeah.
There was a pumpkin patch, and right behind that, we were using that area too. All that was pumpkin patch and nopales fields, and or not fields, but nopales ran through there. But yeah, the guy's name was Jimmy Machado. He was tall, light skinned. I remember all white hair, like real white, real thick hair. Tall, nice guy. Very like a stern voice.
Yeah.
But a cool guy. And Greg Machado, he's another one, but he was I don't know their relation, because Greg Machado's much younger than this other guy, but he was a real estate guy. He ended up selling the ranch for us. We went through him, and then like we sold I think we sold a couple other properties, and we worked with him. Yeah.
That's dope. Too. And so, like, real quick, what other properties did you guys have besides the ranch?
We had the ranch. We had Rose and Rini. We had Cabrillo. It was a duplexes on Cabrillo. We had duplexes on Redwood. We had duplexes on Centinela and Culver, right there by the police station.
Yeah.
And we had duplexes in West LA.
Nice.
Someone.
That's not property. Wow, geez.
It was. I'm think I'm missing one or two. He had one in Castroville.
Yeah.
In the West LA apartments, there was a guy named Tom Anderson, and he told me a story. He said that my grandfather was in the paper because he actually, like, when the Japanese left, like everyone took over, like for the, when they were in the camps, people took over their land. Like if a Japanese person left a house, it was my understanding that you can just go in there and claim it yours.
Oh, like squat it and then like claim it? Or?
Yeah, and then you're asked out because that's how they were back then.
Like the squatters. Yeah, like that,
and
that's
so
crazy. Like where did a lot of that take place from what you remember? Like where are some of the main areas? You heard that? Obviously Venice.
That I'm not sure where it actually happened, but this guy Tom Anderson, this is one of his tenants. He was telling me this.
Yeah.
He was saying, I mean I've heard it from other places, but he was telling me, so yeah, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that Tom said that my grandfather was in the paper for actually like not doing that and saving the places for them for when they came back.
Not just trying to come up, but actually trying to do right by the Japanese family.
It was in that. Yeah, he said to look it up in the LA Times.
Like, did the family have any dealings with the Howard Hughes or the Howard Hughes aircrafts? Any stories about that? Because that was right across the street from here. The Hughes aircraft, that was all Buffaloes or whatever.
Yeah, my grandfather would talk about them all the time. They, he said he knew them, he met them, but I mean they were just land neighbors, that nothing really like nothing that I can remember. I mean, I remember a couple things they used to do, like
hey, come over for the barbecue or come over for the carne asada,
or no, not that I can remember.
Yeah,
that would be cool. I'd be really cool to find out if that was. Yeah,
the spruce goose.
Yeah, have some. We'll bring some corn and chill in the spruce goose.
The Hercules or whatever.
Actually, right? They built a spruce goose right here.
Yeah,
Did you see?
He'll get mad.
Oh, the Hercules?
Nah.
Oh, my bad.
No, that's crazy. You had Howard Hughes as a neighbor.
Right. And you know what?
Did you go up ever meet him or anything, or like?
Yes. Yeah. He said he knew him.
Yeah.
They said they knew each other. They met each other, and
Yeah.
you know they talked before. But yeah, I don't, to what extent I don't know.
And he worked hard and whatever too. But
Well, he had the apartments bringing him, you know, the side funds, and well, see, the ranch was actually it was closed from. You remember it was closed. It was seasonal.
Mhm.
It was closed on like the end of December,
Right.
and then it would open back up Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
So, but in the meantime, he had income from the other properties.
So that they were sick with the Mall events here too.
No.
Or that just happened because it was beginning of summer.
No, that was well. It wasn't an. It was. I guess it was just that was his. He never said why he did that, but that was always that was the grand opening.
That's right now, but I did also see that he served in the army from 1945 to 1946. Is that
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Right, and they stopped him from going because he was a farmer.
Ah.
But yeah, that's why he ended up not going.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Because I asked like who ran the ranch while he was gone. Right?
Uh huh.
So like
There was the whole family was actually running it, like it was him and his brothers and sisters and his mom and everybody was over here. His dad, I don't know. I mean, his dad was there. I know he had a bad back.
yeah.
I actually we had in the ranch house. I think we had one of his braces still.
Oh wow.
It was like a big body brace. Old,
So, I mean,
old school.
he was like a big boss man. He was like
The dad.
your grandpa. It's like he was just kind of just like making things happen for everybody, and he was
Oh,
kind of
yes.
like just
Right.
knocking down doors, opening roads. It sounds like, and
Yeah.
I mean now, because if you think about it now in terms of like this is like like we're like in gentrification central, like one of the most expensive real estate fucking lands in fucking the country. Probably.
It's changed so much.
Yeah, it's wild. You know what
In
I
the
mean?
country?
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I mean like if you think about like the highest real estate, it's like it's not. We're not the highest, but like we're definitely
pretty high, yeah.
Rate. Like it's definitely one of the highest, most coveted real estate areas in the country for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, so he was making his money just off of what the ranch was producing, or
As far as I know, yeah, from the ranch and his duplexes and stuff.
Apartments kept flipping more apartments.
Right,
Yeah,
right.